So good morning, and thanks a million for joining me on the yoga mat this morning. This week's focus is on mobility. So a lot of people come to the yoga mat to gain flexibility, which is great in itself. But really what I want to do with you this morning is to try to achieve more mobility. So the difference being flexibility is more about lengthening into the muscle fibers along the muscle chain. And so you're creating a stretch reflex. It's generally done or achieved through more static movements, and often you use props such as a strap or a block or a weight. Whereas mobility is more about engaging and releasing the muscles around the joints to encourage a more natural functional range of movement. So it involves both stretching and strengthening. So we're not just lengthening a muscle, but we're re-engaging those muscle fibers to get a really nice, strong, functioning muscle. So it's generally achieved through a more moving practice and generally relies more so on the actual engagement of the muscles themselves as opposed to props. So it can be a lot more functional to what we do. And it's also a really nice way of keeping those joints super healthy. So without further ado, we're going to get started. So getting into a nice, comfortable, easy cross-legged seat. If it's easy, if it's not, feel free to sit back onto the heels. Resting the palms down, we'll relax the shoulders back, lengthening tall through the spine. Maybe tuck the chin a little bit to release into the back of the neck. Notice if the rib cage is flaring here, we're going to suck the belly button in and really engage with those core muscles. And just finding the breath, noticing if we're holding it, noticing if it's caught up in the chest. See if you can draw it a little bit deeper down into the belly and really just feel the body melt as we take that nice deep belly breath. We're going to inhale, press the chest all the way over to the right, bring it through center all the way over to the left. And as we exhale, tuck the chin, we're going to round into the upper spine and continue with your own breath. Nice full circular movement. Nice deep bend to the elbows, rolling into the shoulders, the elbows, the wrist, allowing the head and neck to move freely. Again, only if it feels safe, only if it feels stable. Really pressing the chest forward, trying to get as much length into the spine here, really feeling that into the glutes. So depending on what way those legs are crossed, we're going to feel it a wee bit more in one side over the other. Relax the breath. Feel free to sigh it out. And just allow yourself, really go with the flow here, getting lost in the movement. Mobilizing into the joints, lengthening into the spine. We're going to meet back at center. We'll reverse the crisscross of the legs just to balance out those hips. Palms are rested, and we'll inhale, press the chest to the left. Draw it through center all the way over to the right. And as we exhale, tuck the chin and round. Continue with your own breath. Nice full circular movement. Again, just allow yourself to go with the flow here. Nothing forced. And there's no real right or wrong once we're feeling that movement, that space, that energy within the body as we create those nice full circles, maybe making the circle a little bit larger each time. One more circle. And then meeting back at center, we're going to open the palms to the ceiling and begin. Inhale, both arms out, reaching up. Interlock fingers, press palms to the ceiling. As we exhale, press the palms forward and really stretch between the shoulder blades. We'll do that 2 more times. Nice big stretch. And exhale, release. One more. And exhale, release, let it go. Lovely. Placing the fingertips onto the shoulders, we're going to inhale, draw the elbows together out front. And as we exhale, draw the shoulder blades together. So create nice full circles with those elbows. I'm trying to make those circles, again, a little bit larger each time. So again, just gently mobilizing into the shoulders here. Get a nice little stretch between the shoulder blades. Relax the breath. Next time we come to the front, we're going to reverse the movement, really opening into the chest here, drawing those shoulder blades together down the spine. Nice engagement. Tucking the chin in, trying to keep that ear in line with the shoulder, noticing where it's at. And relax, release, let it go. We're going to interlock fingers into a little clasp grip. We're going to place them to the back of the crown of the head and just allow the arms relax here. Gently tucking the chin to the chest until we feel a nice little stretch into the neck, maybe even into the upper back. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, take the gaze all the way over to the right. Inhale back to center, exhale, take the gaze all the way over to the left. And continue with your own breath. And again, just gentle mobilization into the back of the neck, trapezius, upper back. And again, we're not tugging on the neck. Those hands are just rested there, an extra little bit of weight. Looking for range. And then coming back to center, we can release, bringing the head back up. And we're going to gently take the gaze up toward the ceiling. See if we can draw the teeth together. So we're getting a nice little stretch in underneath the chin. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, create nice big circles to the right. Tuck the chin in all the way over to the left. Only if it feels stable on the neck. Feel free to make semicircles or half circles otherwise. And again, just noticing how the neck, how the spine feels here. Noticing any little clicks or pops or clunks, any little crunchiness. And we're just trying to ease that out using the movement itself. Keep drawing the teeth together so we're getting that nice little stretch into the neck. And we're going to reverse those circles opposite direction. And again, only if it feels stable. Trying to make the movement as circular and as smooth as we possibly can. The last one. And then back to center. And then gently bringing our gaze back up. We're going to inhale here. And as we exhale, take the gaze all the way over to the right as far as we can go. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take the gaze all the way over to the left. And continue with your own breath. Again, we're looking for range. When we're working with our mobility, this morning we're looking for our full natural range and just noticing if it's a little bit more on one side than the other. So we're not trying to get into hypermobility. It's a nice natural range here. And then eventually coming back to center. We're going to straighten the legs out. Draw the toes toward the face, adjust the sit bones, get nice and comfortable. We're going to draw the right knee in until the foot's in line with the left, and then shift the sit bones forward to meet the heel, crossing the right leg over the left. We'll extend the left arm forward, wrap it around the right leg, hug that leg tight into the body. If we want to go deeper, bending the left knee, making sure that right sit bone is grounded here. We're going to inhale the right arm up, and as we exhale, gently twist to the right. We'll place the hand on the ground behind us, close to the lower back, really hugging that right leg in. Inhale, press the hand into the ground. And as we exhale, gently twist, looking over the right shoulder, maybe even walking that right hand around the lower body. Drawing the belly in, create as much space to hug that leg into the body, feeling that release into the glute, the whole length of the spine. So again, we're starting that twist in the lower spine. We're moving it all the way up out through to the neck. Nice full belly breath. One more breath. And then inhale slowly back through center, little twist to the left, just to release. And then back to center again. If we've got that heel tucked in, we're going to stay here, working the left foot out to the right foot out to the left. Otherwise, coming into easy cross-legged with the right foot on top. Drawing the toes toward the knees. So again, we're either an easy cross-legged or a nice little spaghetti string. Trying to get those knees as close to stacked as we can. Feeling this nice and strong into the hips. And we can stay here, or we'll inhale both arms out, reaching up, and as we exhale, gently folding over that leg, hands to the ground. Pressing the fingertips into the ground, draw those sit bones back. Relax the head, relax the neck, and just softening into our fold. As we inhale, lengthen forward through the crown of the head, and as we exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Feeling that space
all along the posterior chain of the body, feeling that into the hip. Relax, release, let it go. Every exhale sinking a little bit deeper. One more breath. And then gently tuck the chin in, slowly walk the hands back toward the body. Wherever we are, we'll bring that right foot out in front. We'll bring that left foot out to meet it. Feet are wider than the hip width distance apart. We'll bring the hands behind us, fingertips point back. Pressing into the ground, opening into the heart. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, drop the knees over to the right as we look over the left shoulder. Inhale back through center, exhale, knees drop to the left as we look over the right shoulder, and continue with your own breath, making sure the feet are wide enough apart, that the opposite knee has space to fall behind the opposite foot. And we're trying to draw those knees as close to the ground, if not to the ground. Hands are nice and close to the body. If we want to engage with the core a little bit more, we can always bring those hands to heart center. Slowly, slowly, nice and easy. Eventually meeting back at center, shifting our way back onto the mat, and we're going to straighten those legs out in front, adjust the sit bones, get nice and comfortable. Hugging the left knee in until the foot's in line with the right, and then shifting the sit bones forward to meet that heel. Crossing the left leg over the right. We're going to extend the right arm forward, reach, and then wrap that arm around the leg, hugging the leg tight into the body. Feel that release in the glute. If we feel like going deeper into the hip, if it's accessible, bend the right knee, tuck the heel, close to the sit bone, but just make sure that left sit bone is firmly grounded. We're going to inhale the left arm up, and as we exhale, gently twist to the left. We'll place the hand on the ground behind us, really close to the lower back, lengthening tall through the spine. We're going to inhale here. And as we exhale, gently twist a little bit more, and continue here with your own breath. Lengthening tall through the spine on the inhale, and then working into that space we've just created on the exhale. Really coaxing that left shoulder back, trying to get the front of the body almost parallel to the side wall. Nice full belly breath. One more breath. And then slowly inhale back to center, little twist to the right just to release, and then back to center again. If the heel's tucked in, we'll stay where we're at. We'll work the left foot out to the right foot out to the left. Trying to get those knees as close to stacked as we can. Otherwise, coming into easy cross-legged with the left foot on top this time. Either way, we're drawing the toes toward the knees. We're getting ourselves nice and grounded in those sit bones, and we can stay here. That might be more than enough. If we feel like going deeper, we're going to inhale both arms out, reaching up. And as we exhale, gently folding over that left leg, reaching through the fingertips, rest the palms out in front, pressing the ground away, drawing those sit bones back. Relax the head, relax the neck, relax the breath. Lengthening forward on the inhale, folding deeply on the exhale. Keeping both sit bones grounded here if we can. Slide the breath out if it feels better. One more breath here. And then gently tuck the chin, slowly walk the hands back toward the body. We'll bring that left foot out in front. We'll bring that right foot out to meet it. And then we're going to straighten both legs. Reaching for our block or a block-like object. We're going to place it between the feet. We're going to bring those feet a little bit wider so that we've got the space of 2 feet either side of that block. We're going to bring the hands behind us, fingertips point back. Inhale, right leg through center, all the way over to the left. Exhale, bring it back. And continue here with your own breath. Inhale, left leg over to the right. Exhale, bring it back and continue. So again, just gentle mobilization into the hip. If we feel that that's too easy, we can bring the block up to its second level, continuing with the movement. Try not to touch down on the half movement. So just when we bring it all the way back. So hovering and then grounding. Try not to collapse into those shoulders. Again, if we feel that's not challenging enough, feel free to place the block up to its highest level or whatever object that you have at hand. Continuing the movement. Nice and strong. Again, a little bit of strength and mobility into those hips. And we meet in a nice little V. Lovely. We can remove the block off to the side for now. We bring the feet together, and then from here, we're going to come to lie slowly back onto the ground. Just make sure you have your block and your strap there beside you within reach. So lying back onto the ground, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, allow the knees drop out to the sides. See if we can press that lower back into the ground so the whole length of the spine is connected to the ground, making sure we've lots of space around us. We're going to make it feel like snow angels. So again, bringing those arms down by the sides, palms are open. Pressing those knees to the ground, pressing that lower back into the ground. We're going to inhale both arms out, reaching back overhead. Keep those fingertips on the ground. And as we exhale, draw the arms right back down by the sides. Inhale, opening. Exhale, closing. Continue with your own breath. So again, we're trying to keep those fingertips trailing on the ground, maybe the full hand on the ground for as long as we can go, and just notice if one hand starts to come up a little bit sooner than the other. So it can mean that we've got a little bit of tightness in the shoulders, maybe it's in the chest. It could relate down to our hips. So again, just tuning into what's going on here this morning. Nice full angel wings. So try not to lift the arms up. Maintaining that connection for as long as we can. And then we're going to meet with both arms down by the sides. Bringing the knees together. Feet are grounded about hip width distance apart. We're going to draw the right knee into the chest, and then we're going to rest the right ankle just above the left knee, figure 4. Draw the right toe toward the knee, press the knee away from the body. Grounding that lower back, we lift the left foot off the ground, shin parallel to the ceiling, interlocking fingers or wrapping your strap around the back of that left hamstring. As we inhale, gently walk the shoulder blades together. And as we exhale, draw the left knee in as we gently press that right knee away from the body. So the right knee should be pointing outward or even slightly forward, but not behind us. Staying here, working into that right hip. We're going to inhale, point through the left toes, and as we exhale, draw the toes toward the face. So continue here with your own breath, pointing and flexing, still hugging the left knee in, but just getting a little bit of mobility into that left ankle. And we might want to draw a few circles into the left ankle. Keep pressing that right knee away from the body. Relax the breath. Maybe reversing those circles opposite direction. And relax, release the grip, release the left foot down to the ground. Staying in a figure 4, we're going to get all our fingers and we're going to place them between each of the toes, one by one, creating little toe spacers with the fingers. So get a little bit of foot mobility here. We can use the right hand to support that right leg wherever feels good. And we're just going to gently draw those toes toward the knees and then draw them away as we point through the foot. So getting a little bit of ankle mobility here as we work into the feet. Pointing and flexing. Nice and easy. And then maybe we'll try to make a few nice big circles. So we're making circles through the toes, but also through the ankles. So lots of movement going on here in the foot and ankle. And then we might reverse those circles. And again, these are lovely ones to do if you're ever sitting down in the evening. Just working into those feet, particularly if we spend a lot of time on our feet, giving them a little massage, a little mobilization, keeping them, especially the toes, keeping them nice and free and active. Lovely, and relax. We can release. We're going to bring that right foot down to meet left and then hug the left knee into the chest. We'll rest the left ankle just above the right knee, figure 4. Draw the toe toward the knee, press the knee away from the body, grounding the lower back. We're going to lift the right foot off the ground, shin parallel to the ceiling. And again, either interlocking fingers or wrapping our strap around the back of the hamstring. That right shin is parallel to the ceiling, left foot is active. We're going to walk the shoulder blades together. And as we exhale, draw the right knee in as we press that left knee away from the body. Staying here, working into the left hip. As we inhale, point through the right toes. And as we exhale, draw those toes toward the face and continue here with your own breath. So very strongly working into the left hip, but just getting a little bit of mobility into that right ankle. Keep hugging the right knee in, keep pressing that left knee away from the body. We might draw a few nice big circles to the right with that ankle. So again, leading that movement with the big toe. Relax the breath. Nice smooth circles, maybe reverse, opposite direction, nice and easy. Lovely, and relax. Release the grip, release the right foot to the ground. Staying in our figure four, we're going to get all our fingers. We're going to place them one by one between the toes. So again, using our fingers as little toe spacers. And for some, this might be easier than others, and it might be easier in one foot more so than the other. So take your time here. Again, we can use that left hand to support the left leg, just until it feels nice and comfortable. And then from here, we're going to inhale, draw the toes toward the knee. And as we exhale, point through the foot, using the hand, using the wrist. So flexing and pointing through the toes and at the ankle. Encouraging movement here as much as we can. Noticing how it feels. And then we can make a few nice big circles to the left. As we do so, we're circling into the wrist as well. So we're really getting a little bit of space in between those toes. Feel free to use a little bit of traction. So pulling the toes nearly out of the joints. Creating a little bit of space here. We're going to reverse those circles, opposite direction. And again, just notice where our mobility is. Notice if it's a little bit more restricted on one side more so than the other. Again, not forcing it, just noticing it. Getting to the root cause before it becomes a niggle, before it becomes an injury. And just really looking after our foundations here this morning. And relax. This time, we're going to cross the left leg fully over right. Extend both arms out in line with the shoulders, palms down. We'll shift the hips a little bit to the left and allow both knees drop over to the right, taking the gaze over toward the left fingertips. As we inhale, take a nice full belly breath, and as we exhale, twist a little bit more. If you find you're not fully in the twist or that left knee is pointed upward, just shift those hips a little bit more to the left. Creating a little bit more space for that twist to happen. Nice full belly breath, using the breath itself to mobilize into the core, the rib cage, and the spine. Softening a little bit more with each exhale, really grounding that left shoulder into the mat, so we're getting that full heart space. One more breath on this side. And then inhale gently back through center. As we exhale, uncross the legs. We're going to cross that right leg fully over left. Gently shift the hips to the right, and then allow the knees drop over to the left. Spinal twist on the opposite side. Looking over toward the right fingertips this time. Grounding that right shoulder into the mat. Nice full belly breath. Opening and releasing. Feeling that lovely sensation into the right glute. The whole length of the spine. Again, using that breath, particularly in the twist. It could be a really nice way of accessing just a little bit more space here. One more breath. And then slowly we'll inhale back to center. We're going to uncross the legs. Hugging both knees in toward the armpits. We might make a few little circles, figure eights into that lower back, either or both directions, whatever feels good for you this morning. Coming to stillness, we bring the knees together, crisscross at the ankles. Options to make your way anywhere to seat, or we can rock and roll. Just the once, we're going to bring ourselves forward into a nice strong seat at the front of the mat, bringing the hands out in front. Gently shifting the body weight forward until we can step back onto the knees, Centering ourselves in the middle of the mat in a nice strong tabletop, shoulders over, elbows over wrists, elbow creases face forward, knees hip width distance apart, really drawing the belly button in here. We're going to inhale, take the gaze forward and up as we arch the spine. Exhale, press into the ground, curl through the spine, take the gaze back to the belly. Inhale, gaze goes forward and up, arching. Exhale, press into the ground, curl through the spine, tuck the chin to the chest, and continue with your own breath. Nice strong cat head curls the whole length of the spine. Really exaggerate the movement. Trying to create as much space, energy, flow within the body. Feel free to close the eyes down. Feel free to sigh the breath. So whatever feels good for your body this morning. Not forcing it. We're going to come to stillness. And then we're going to inhale, bring the hips all the way over to the right, back toward that right heel. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the body forward to the left. So nice big circular movements, leading with the hips. And then with the heart. Relax the head, relax the neck. And let the head and neck kind of go with the flow here. Really sitting those sit bones back, trying to bring the hips out as wide as we can. And we're getting a lovely little movement into particularly that lower back here. We're working into the whole spine, the whole core of the body. We're working into the hips, but particularly a nice release into that lower back. We're going to reverse those circles, opposite direction. And again, take any little variation on the movement that feels better for your body this morning. Relax the breath. Slow it right down, or you can speed it up, see how that feels. So just noticing how the body responds to the movement. And eventually we'll meet back at center in our tabletop. Left hand comes toward the center of the mat, just slightly off center to the left. We're going to look at that right palm. We're going to inhale the right arm up toward the ceiling, opening the heart. And as we exhale, tread the right hand underneath the left as we reach the fingertips all the way to the left. Inhale, right arm up and open. Keep the hips high. Exhale, tread right arm underneath left. Last one. Inhale, right arm up and open a little bit more. And as we exhale, we're going to tread the right hand all the way, resting the right ear, right shoulder to the ground. See if we can reach those right fingertips as far as we can to the left. So we're literally dragging that shoulder underneath the body, pressing the left hand into the ground to see if we can draw the left shoulder back a little bit more and maybe take the gaze up. So all the weight is into the arm and shoulder, nothing in the neck. We're going to inhale the left arm up toward the ceiling, and as we exhale, reach the left arm to the front of the room and rest the palm to the ground. Walk at those fingertips a little bit further out to the right so that we can look up underneath that left armpit. That arm is right back in line with the ear. That left arm is straight and active. We're pressing into the ground, we're opening into the heart. Staying here, breathing deeply into the belly for 3, for 2, and 1. Left hand comes back in line with the face, pressing into the ground. We're going to inhale the right arm up, slowly opening the heart. And as we exhale, right hand back to the ground. Right hand toward the center of the mat, but slightly off center to the right. We're going to flip the left palm to face us. Inhale the left arm up and open the heart nice and wide. Exhale, bring that left hand underneath the right as we reach the left fingertips to the right. Inhale, right arm up and open the heart a little bit more. Exhale, thread it through. Keep the hips high, last one, so we're not sitting back into our child's pose. And then exhale, tread it through. We're going to rest the ear and the shoulder to the ground, reaching those fingertips as far out to the right as we can. So again, all that weight is into the shoulder and arm. Pressing the hand into the ground, see if we can draw the right shoulder back a little bit more and take the gaze up. Relax the breath. We can stay here if you want to go a little bit further. We'll inhale the right arm up, and as we exhale, reach the right arm all the way to the front of the room, placing the hand to the ground. Arm is super active here, so it's not just hanging out. Really nice straight arm. We're walking the fingertips all as far as we can to the left, and we're looking up underneath that right armpit, trying to get the arm right back in line with the ear. Nice full belly breaths. Softly, softly for 3, for 2, and 1. Right hand comes back in line with the face. We're going to press the hand into the ground and then slowly inhale the left arm up towards the ceiling. And as we exhale, bring the left hand down to meet right. Lovely. While we're here, a little mobilization into those hips. We're going to straighten the right leg behind us, bend the right knee, and we're going to open that right hip, pressing sole of the foot to the left. We're going to try to keep the knee and foot as high as we can for as long as we can. Imagining there's a box out to our right, and we're going to try to take the knee up, over and around. So we're going to inhale right knee all the way up, over and around. We're going to bring it down to touch that right elbow. And as we exhale, bring it back to the start. Rotate the hip open, continue with your own breath. So if you imagine doing the hurdles here. So it's a nice rounded movement. So the knee isn't coming forward and back, it's coming outward, up, over and around. Nice full hip circles. Trying to create as much strength and movement into that right hip joint. Noticing if we're collapsing into the arms, so we're really pressing those arms strongly into the ground, staying nice and strong in the shoulders. Arms are straight, so we're not collapsing. Nice and easy. Last hip circle. Meeting with sole of the foot parallel to the ceiling, we're going to straighten the right leg and then gently bring that right foot all the way out to the right. We land the foot to the ground, placing the sole of the foot to the ground. We're going to tuck the left toe under and gently sit back toward the left heel. Staying here, we might walk the hands forward a little bit more. We might even come down onto the forearms, relax the head, relax the neck. Pressing the outer blade of that right foot into the ground, holding it here, releasing. Maybe give the head a little shake to remind it to release. For 3, for 2, and 1. Tuck the chin in, slowly come back up onto the hands. And then slowly we bring that right knee in to meet left. Same on the other side, we're going to straighten the left leg back behind us. Keep drawing the belly in, we bend the left knee, opening the hip to the left side, pressing the sole of the foot to the right. That box is out to our left now. We're going to inhale the left knee up, over and around, bringing it down to touch the left elbow and continue with your own breath. And just notice how the left feels comparing to the right. Is it a little bit more difficult? Maybe it's a little bit more flowy and smooth. Maybe we feel like we need more support in the movement. So again, tuning in with any little imbalances that lie there before they become more of an issue within the body. Exaggerate those circles. And again, we've got full control of the movement. So just go into where it feels challenging. And when that challenge becomes comfortable, see if we can go a little bit further. Last one. Meeting with sole of the foot parallel to the ceiling, we're going to straighten the left leg and gently bring that left foot all the way out to the left. Pressing the outer blade of the foot into the ground, we'll tuck the right toe under and gently sit back toward the heel. Again, we can stay here, walking the hands forward. If we want to go further, we can come down onto the forearms and just rest the head and neck, whatever feels good. Pressing the outer blade of that left foot firmly into the ground, we'll hold it for 3, for 2, and 1. Tuck the chin in. We're going to come back up onto the hands and slowly bring the left knee back in to meet right. Toes are tucked under. We're going to walk the hands forward out in front, sitting back toward the heels, gently resting the forehead to the ground or to a block if it doesn't quite reach. And we're just going to rock the hips gently side to side. We're in our child's pose here. Maybe wriggling through the toes, getting a little bit of foot space here. Coming to stillness. Gently lifting the head just enough so we can look back between the toes. Hands and feet pressed into the ground. We're going to lift the knees, press those hips as high as we can toward the ceiling and gently lower the heels down toward the ground. As we press the ground away, see if we can get the chest a little bit closer toward the mat. We're just going to gently paddle out those feet
Allowing opposite heels now softly toward the ground. And just because my heels aren't going that far down doesn't mean yours won't. So again, allowing yourself full movement here. Relax the head, relax the neck. We're going to look forward between the hands and gently walk away to the front of the mat, coming through a lovely wide-legged forward fold. Bringing those feet wider than the width of the mat apart. Slightly pigeon-toed, so those toes are slightly inward. Weight is back into the heels and hips, so we should be able to touch the ground or the block with nice straight legs and a nice long spine. Left hand stays grounded in line with the big toes. We're going to inhale the right arm up toward the ceiling, opening the heart, gaze follows. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left arm up and open the heart. Exhale, release. Continue with your own breath. Using the hand that's on the ground as a little lever to bring ourselves a little bit deeper into that twist. Notice if the knees are bent, bring those feet a little bit wider, or use your block as a little extension of the arms. So I want you to feel a nice bit of space into the legs here, as well as the hips, as well as the spine, as well as the heart and neck. Lots of stuff happening here. Really nice mobilizer. Relax the breath. Feel free to sigh it out. Particularly as we fold forward, releasing into that lower spine. Last one, both sides. Meeting in a nice relaxed forward fold. Just let everything hang out here. Head, neck, arms, shoulders release. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out, release. And then gently tuck the chin. We're going to slowly roll our way all the way up to stand. Head comes up last so we can heel toe those feet toward each other. Take a little drink here if you need. We're going to meet at the front of the mat. Feet nicely grounded, hip width distance apart, hands to heart. We'll inhale here, and as we exhale, step the right foot back like we're heading for lunge, and then we're going to bring the left foot parallel. Bring those feet nice and wide apart. We're going to splay them out at about 45 degrees, and we're going to gently soften to the right. Inhale back to center, gently soften to the left. As we do so, I want you to make sure the knee is tracking over the toes. So again, if you need to adjust those feet, so we're engaging with those hip muscles. Each time we're going to get a little bit lower. Keeping the spine long, keeping the heart open until those hamstrings are parallel or almost parallel to the ground, and we're sitting back into our little goddess pose. Notice that the knees are collapsing inward, engaging with the hips. We're going to open those hips outward. Inhale, straighten the legs, bring the arms together overhead, palms together, look up. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to heart as we lower into our squat. Inhale, lengthen and rise, gaze follows up. Exhale, gaze forward as we lower into our squat, and continue with your own breath. Keep checking in, those knees are not collapsing inward. The arms are right back in line with the ears, so we're getting a nice little bit of space into the heart here, really stretching into the body, deepening into the hips. And only going as deep as feels stable for your knees and your hips. And again, everybody's going to be different here. It should be a nice sensation, creating energy and movement within the body. Eventually, we're going to meet in our squat. Bringing the hands to the ground, we're going to move the body all the way over to the right, straightening that left leg. Inhale back to center, and as we exhale, walk those hands over to the left foot, straightening the right leg. Continue with your own breath. Staying nice and low, but keeping the spine nice and long. Trying to keep the heels grounded, but if you do need to come up onto the ball of the foot, listening to your body. And we're not bouncing, it's a nice controlled, mindful movement. Next time we come over to the left, we're going to see if we can come up onto that right heel, drawing the toe toward the face, holding it here for 3. Opening the heart for 2. And 1, inhale back to center, and as we exhale, see if we can come onto the left heel, draw the toe toward the face for 3. For 2.
And one, moving it back to center. We're going to straighten those legs, coming all the way back up again. This time we're going to go slightly pigeon-toed with the feet, so slightly inward. We're going to bring the arms back behind us, interlocking fingers, opening into the heart, lengthening through the spine. We'll inhale here. As we exhale, we're going to press those hips back and press the heart forward as we fold. Again, keeping the heart open all the time, and then see if we can lift those arms up and maybe back overhead if we have that mobility in the shoulders. As we inhale, lengthen through the spine, and as we exhale, fold a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. 2 more. Keeping the spine long so we're not collapsing into the chest. Last one. Gently tuck the chin in. We're going to slowly rise our way all the way back up to stand. Right foot parallel to the back edge of the mat. Left foot points forward. We're going to bend into the left knee. Open the arms, warrior. Cartwheeling both hands down either side of the left foot, coming onto the ball of the right. We'll step the right foot up to meet left and then exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up through center. Hands extended up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to bring the feet and knees together, gently sitting back into a little quarter chair. We're going to place the hands onto the knees, and we're going to start to create nice little circular motions. So we're working from the ankles, we're getting into the knees, and a little bit into the hips. Feeling that into tibialis. So this is a really nice little stretch into our shin muscles, tibialis. And we're also mobilizing into those joints. We're going to reverse direction. Keep the spine long, keep the heart open. Noticing how those knees feel, even as we change direction. And then come into stillness. We're going to slowly come back up to stand. And bringing the feet about hip width distance apart, hands come to hips, and we're going to start to draw some nice big hip circles. So lots of rotating here this morning. And again, trying to make those circles as large and as full as we possibly can, involving the whole body in the movement. Feel free to bring the feet a little bit wider if you need some more stability in this movement. And then we're going to reverse the circles opposite direction. And it's funny, a movement that we do quite a lot in childhood, thinking back to our hula hoops. It's actually one of the better movements that we can do, stretching into the sideways. Lovely one from the lower back, lovely one for creating space into the hips. And a very simple movement. So again, just playing with that movement, noticing how it feels, trying to smoothen out those circles. And eventually we'll move back and stand. Again, feet nicely grounded, hip width distance apart, hands to heart. Relax the shoulders, lengthening through the spine. We're going to inhale both arms out, reaching up, palms together. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to chin. Exhale, fold. So stepping right foot back to lunge, right hand stays grounded. We'll inhale the left arm up and open the heart. This time we're going to bend the left elbow, place the palm of the hand to the back of the head and really work that left elbow back. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to bring the left elbow to the inner left ankle. Inhale, open the heart, gaze follows up. Exhale, elbow to inner ankle. Continue here with your own breath. Feel free to bring the right knee to the ground if you need. Last one, we're going to inhale the left arm up, straighten the arm. And as we exhale, bring the left hand back to the ground. Dropping right heel down, engage the core up into our warrior. Extend the arms, palms face down. We're going to bend into the left knee. Left knee, left foot point forward. Left knee is stacked over the heel if we can. Looking toward the left middle finger. We're going to inhale, straighten the left leg, arms together, overhead, look up. Exhale, bend the left knee, warrior lunge. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen and rise. Exhale, warrior lunge, last one. Meeting in our warrior, we're going to inhale, straighten the left leg. As we exhale, reach the fingertips far forward, bring the back of the hand to the inner leg. Extend the right arm up, looking up for 3, for 2, and 1. We're going to inhale the right arm all the way overhead. And as we exhale, bring the right hand back down to meet left. Again, inhale, right arm back up toward the ceiling. And as we exhale, bring it all the way back down. Continue with your own breath. Nice full circles. Bringing the arm right back in line with the body, right back in line with the ear, and then all the way down. Last one, inhale, arm back out and open the heart. And as we exhale, right hand comes down to meet left. We're going to inhale both arms together all the way back up. And as we exhale, bend the left knee, open the arms, warrior. Cartwheeling both hands down either side of the foot, coming onto the ball of the right. We'll gently shift the body weight forward to lift the right foot up to meet left, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up through center, hands extended up, palms together. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, goes forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Stepping left foot back to lunge, left hand's grounded. We'll inhale the right arm up and open the heart, bend the right elbow, place the palm of the hand to the back of the crown of the head. Draw that right elbow back. Again, you can come down to the left knee if you need. Inhale, open the heart, and as we exhale, draw that right elbow to the inner right ankle. Inhale, open, gaze follows up. Exhale, fold, elbow to inner ankle. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. This time we're going to inhale, open, right arm all the way up toward the ceiling, and as we exhale, right hand comes to the ground. Dropping left heel down, engage the core, up into warrior. Extend the arms, palms face down, bending into the right knee is over the ankle, right knee is pointed forward. Following right middle finger with the gaze. We're going to inhale, straighten the right leg, arms together overhead, look up. Exhale, bend the right knee, warrior lunge. Inhale, lengthen and rise. Exhale, warrior lunge. Last one. Meeting in our warrior, we're going to inhale, straighten the right leg. As we exhale, reach the fingertips far forward, bringing the back of the right hand to the inner leg. Extend the left arm up, pressing the hips forward, drawing the left shoulder back, gazes up for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale the left arm all the way overhead, reaching, and as we exhale, bring the left hand down to meet right. And again, inhale, left arm back, up toward the ceiling. And as we exhale, bring the left arm overhead, bringing it all the way back down to meet right. Continue, nice full circles, following that moving arm with the gaze. Challenging the balance, trying to create as much space and mobility into the body here. Last big circle. Meeting with those hands together, we'll inhale both arms together all the way back up, and as we exhale, bend the right elbow, open the arms, warrior. Cartwheel both hands either side of the right foot, coming onto the ball of the left. We'll shift the body weight forward to lift the left foot up to meet right, and then exhale, fold. So inhale, rolling up through center, hands extended up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Well done. Second round when you're ready. Coming to the front of the mat, feet nicely grounded, hip width distance apart. Hands to heart, relax the shoulders, lengthening tall through the spine, finding a point out in front to focus our gaze. Relax the breath, noticing if it's caught up in the chest, and see if you can draw it down a little bit deeper into the belly. We'll inhale both arms out, reaching up, palms together. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Stepping right foot back to lunge, right hand's grounded. We'll inhale, left arm up and open the heart. Bend the elbow, bring the palm of the hand to the back of the head. As we exhale, draw the left elbow to the inner ankle. Inhale, open the heart nice and wide. Exhale, elbow to inner ankle. Last one, inhale, left arm up and open.
Exhale, elbow. And then we're going to inhale the left arm all the way up toward the ceiling. And as we exhale, place the left hand back to the ground. Dropping right heel down, engage the core up into our warrior. Extend the arms, palms face down, readjusting the feet, getting nice and comfortable, nice and strong in our warrior. Rooting those feet into the ground. We're going to inhale, straighten the left leg, arms together overhead, look up. Exhale, bend the left knee, warrior, 2 more. Nice and strong, drawing those inner thighs toward each other. Pressing the outer blade of that right foot firmly into the ground. Last one. Inhale, straighten the left leg as we exhale, reach the fingertips forward. Bringing the back of the hand to the inner leg, extend the right arm up. Both legs are straight here. We're going to inhale, right arm all the way overhead. And as we exhale, bring the right hand down to meet left. Inhale, right arm back up toward the ceiling, opening the heart. And as we exhale, right arm overhead as we bring it down to meet left. 2 more. Inhale, nice big circle. Exhale, bring it back. Last one, nice full rounded movement. This time as we bring the right hand down to meet left, we're going to inhale both arms together all the way back up. And as we exhale, bend the left knee, open the arms, warrior. Cartwheeling both hands down either side of the foot, coming onto the ball of the right. Shifting the body weight forward to lift the right foot up to meet left, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up through center. Hands extended up, palms together. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shin. Exhale, fold. Stepping, left foot back to lunge, left hand's grounded. Inhale the right arm up and open the heart. We'll bend the elbow, place the palm of the hand to the back of the head, really opening here. As we exhale, right elbow to inner right ankle. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, elbow to inner ankle. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. This time we're going to inhale the right arm all the way up toward the ceiling. And as we exhale, right hand comes to the ground. Dropping left heel down, engage the core up into our warrior. Extend the arms, palms face down, softening into the hips, drawing the belly in, feeling those hips activate. Inhale, straighten the right leg, arms together overhead, look up. Exhale, bend the right knee, warrior, 2 more. Last one. Meeting in our warrior, we're going to inhale, straighten the right leg as we exhale, reach the fingertips forward, bring in the back of the hand to the inner leg, extend the left arm up. Both legs are straight. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, bring that left hand all the way down to meet right. Inhale, left arm back up toward the ceiling, opening the heart, and as we exhale, reach the left arm all the way to the front, bringing it all the way back down to right. Inhale, nice big circle. Exhale, close the circle. Last one. Really opening into the heart and hip here. Arm right back in line with the ear. As we bring those hands to touch, we're going to inhale both arms together all the way back up. And as we exhale, bend the right knee, open the arms, warrior. Carrying both hands down either side of the foot, coming onto the ball of the left. This time we're going to step the right foot back to meet left. We're in plank. Feet are hip width distance apart, and we're going to gently lift the hips back into our downward dog. Pressing the ground away, draw the chest toward the ground. We're going to inhale, right leg up. Looking forward, we're going to bend the right knee, and we're going to place it behind the right wrist. Resting the shin to the ground, resting the left knee to the ground. Untuck the left toe and see if we can shift that left knee back a little bit more. So coming into our pigeon pose, drawing that right toe toward the knee. If pigeon pose is not for you, feel free to come into 90-degree legs. Otherwise, finding ourselves. Rocking the hips side to side, bringing those hands back in line with the body. And again, staying here in our nice proud pigeon as we open into the heart. Feeling a nice little balance within the hips, drawing the belly button in. If that feels good, we're going to gently walk the hands forward. Coming onto the forearms and maybe resting the forehead to the ground or to a block. Or we can make a little pillow by piling one hand or one fist on top of the other. And just resting here in our pigeon, feeling that into the right hip, but gently pressing that left hip toward the ground here too, so we're not collapsing completely into the right side. Nice full belly breaths. And again, we're just going to stay here for about a minute, allowing ourselves release into the pose. Feel free to shift that left knee back a little bit further, allowing ourselves some more space within the pose. Just breathing into that space. Noticing if we're holding tension in any other part of the body. Notice if we're clenching, if we're gripping the fingers. And just breathing out, releasing any tension at all. So although the focus is on the hips, if we're holding tension in other parts of the body, it's going to be really hard to release into that space because everything is so interconnected. Allow the mind to relax. Noticing if we're frowning, noticing if we're clenching our teeth. So again, just noticing how we're holding ourselves. And a really nice thing to do, even as we go through our day, having a little check-in. How are we sitting? What facial expression are we holding? That can tell a lot about what's going on within the body, within the mind, within the soul. Softening a little bit more with each exhale, just a couple of more breaths here, nearly there. When you're ready, we're going to tuck the chin in, slowly come back up onto the hands, really slowly. We're going to tuck the left toe under, come off the knee, and really slowly, we're going to bring the right foot back to meet left. Walking it out ever so gently in our downward dog. And we've got one more side to do. So when you're ready, from stillness in our downward dog, we're going to inhale the left leg back and up. Bending the left knee, we're going to place it behind the left wrist, resting the shin to the ground, resting the right knee, and then untuck that right toe as we walk the foot back. That left shin is 45 degrees, 30 degrees, parallel to the front edge of the mat, so wherever feels good for you. Drawing that left toe toward the knee, again coming nice and high up onto the finger pads, allowing both hips release toward the ground. Again, notice if we're feeling pressure in the lower back, drawing the belly button in, engaging with the core. Feel free to come into your 90 degree legs if pigeon is not for you. And it might have been on one side and not on the other. So lifting to the body. We're going to gently walk the hands forward. Coming down onto the forearms. Again, we can stay here. That might be more than enough. Or we can walk the hands a little bit further forward and rest the forehead either to the ground, to a block, or make a little pillow by piling one hand and one fist on top of the other. And just allowing the body sink. So the weight of the body and gravity are going to allow us to get a little bit deeper here, along with the breath. Nice full belly breaths. So again, although the majority of that sensation is into the left hip, keep pressing that right hip toward the ground, balancing it out. Noticing our shoulders, see if we can melt them together, down the spine, melting the heart, melting the belly, allowing ourselves literally melt into the ground. And again, no pressure on that left knee. Keep drawing the left toe toward the knee or back out of the pose if we're still feeling it. So we don't want to feel any pinching, pain, or numbness within the body. Just a nice release into that left hip. Every exhale, see if we can soften the body a little bit more. We just have a couple of more breaths on this side. So really just enjoying that space. Nothing forced. Noticing how it feels comparing to the right side, but not forcing it to do what the other side just did. Last couple of breaths. And when you're ready, we'll tuck the chin in, press the hands into the ground, walk the hands back in line with the body. We're going to tuck the right toe under, come off the knee, and really slowly bring that left foot back to meet right. Lifting ourselves into our downward dog and gently walking it out. Taking any little variation on the movement that feels good for your body this morning. Again, nothing forced at all. Relax the head, relax the neck, relax the hips. Feeling that space into the spine. Eventually we come to stillness. We're going to lower down onto the knees, bring the big toes to touch, and gently sit back toward the heels, making a little pillow by patting one hand or fist on top of the other, resting the forehead. Maybe gently shifting the hips side to side, feeling that last little bit of tension melt out of the lower body. Maybe rocking the head a little bit side to side, massaging out the brow, releasing into the upper body, and eventually rocking ourselves to stillness. And just taking a moment here, allowing the heart melt, allowing the belly melt, allowing that breath come deep within the body. And feel free on your exhale to sigh that breath out, to release and let it go. Softly, softly. When you're ready, we're going to press both hands into the ground, tuck the chin toward the chest, and slowly walk the hands back toward the knees until we're sitting all the way back up onto the heels. And we can finish our practice here. We can come back into easy cross-legged or any other seat that takes your fancy this morning. So just getting nice and comfortable wherever you are. Nice and grounded in those sit bones. We're going to open the palms to the ceiling, relax the shoulders, lengthening a little bit taller through the spine. And then inhale both arms out, reaching up. Interlock fingers, press palms to ceiling. As we exhale, press the palms forward, release the breath, sigh it out and let it go. We do that 2 more times. Gently bring the hands to heart, press the palms together, close down the eyes, and just thank yourselves for creating a wee bit of space in your morning to come to the mat, to look after yourself, to create some lovely movement, some lovely strength, some lovely energy within the body, and hopefully take that with you into the day and into the rest of the week ahead. Thank you for sharing your practice and your energy with me. Namaste.